instead of buying one $15,000 car, I would buy like 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Boxes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll fix that.
Yeah.
Why don't you stick with the Miata? Because as we know, a Miata is the answer to everything.
I gotta get out of the Miata, man.
Yeah. Or it takes hold of you.
Dimensionally speaking, it's not for you.
That's true. But also power-wise, I get passed by minivans. Like I can't do that anymore.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But
So
like,
this is coming down to ego and manhood.
know. Welcome back to another episode of Modify with TrickFactory Customs. If this is your first time watching, my name is Elvis.
My name's Alex.
Tim.
my name is Rob.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted to do one of your "My name is Jorge" or something. You had the face like you were getting ready for that. But yes, if you do not know, we are a custom automotive shop based here in British Columbia, Canada, and we just have this podcast because we love to talk about cars, modified cars, hurt feelings here and there. Yes. Yes, and today is not going to be any different because we are going to be. Actually, first of all, we have Alex with us today. So, Alex, say hello.
Yeah, hello. Thanks for having me. My name's Alex.
Yes.
I'm in the engineering department at TrickFactory.
Yeah.
Excited to be here.
Yes.
Alex is the engineering department.
Literally.
He's the literal head of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One and only.
Yeah. And so all the new stuff that we've been getting to play with and all the printing, and we're just releasing a Lamborghini Euroo Chevy Tahoe body swap video today. And I feel like half of it was just you designing your brackets, seat brackets and all of that. So yeah, so a lot of the stuff we do, I don't know, did you do this triangular
that
thing
was
here?
done for us.
Oh.
So we can address this right now. This was done by Travis at
Artcraft.
Croft, right? I
Yeah.
always want to say Craft. So yeah, he's a listener and he made this up for us to put on the table. So that's a cool little addition. We're gonna expand on this and put some whizzy lights in it and maybe
sick.
get a bigger table and some
Wow.
evolve a little bit.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like he just showed up at our shop, delivering some of our profiled stuff that we use them for regularly. And yeah, this was a really nice surprise. Thanks, Travis. Appreciate it.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah, looked great on the table.
And so on this episode, we are going to be discussing, one of the reasons we have Alex on is because he is about to make a purchase of a vehicle. And within that purchase, there are, of course, some limits that were set. And so the limits might be slightly movable depending on circumstances, but we're just going to start with best daily sports cars under 15 grand.
Is this USD or CAD?
Oh gosh.
Because when we did the Honda BMW thing, everybody assumed it was USD, and I'm always speaking in CAD, so it caused a bunch of havoc.
Oh gosh.
So
I don't know.
it's especially with the exchange right now. So that would be like 20K Canadian, which changes moves the bar a little bit.
How does that sound, Alex?
I think we gotta go with
20 or 15?
We're Canadian.
We're Canadian.
Canadian, so we're going to talk in
so almost
in
$10,000 US, $15,000 Canadian.
It'd be like 11.5.
Yeah. Pretty much. Pretty much, yes.
Not pretty much actual math.
Yeah. I know. I'm like, yeah. So yeah, exchange rates may vary. So we are going to dive right in. Before we get started on the topic though, how has the week been for us? What's been going on?
More of the same. It's actually been a pretty quiet week. Cleaning and organizing, put a bunch of more stuff on our Swap Meet page.
That's right.
Nice.
So check that out. There's been some stuff come off the Swap Meet page, but we'll be doing more. So big thing for me over the holidays is to try to get more stuff up there because we got some big things that we want to do. So we need space.
And we need money
and we
to
need
do
money.
those things.
Yeah. So if you want to support us, hit up that page.
Yes.
And buy some
very
stuff.
much.
Yes, and we've also been working on what did they call it? The 190E. The guys have it's almost there.
Ready.
Yeah, almost ready.
The 2.516
Irish car.
Yes. The Irish. It's
So that
like
thing's starting to look pretty amazing.
Yeah.
So it's got 1 or 2 steps left, and then we get to send it home.
Sick. And then
that leads us into another 190, or actually 2 more 190s that we have in queue. That are M113 swapped,
M113K
V8.
swaps.
M113K
supercharged V8,
right? So compressor,
yeah. Evo 1 kit.
One's the Evo 1, and the other one's going to be like the Evil Evo. So
Yeah.
those ones are up next on deck to get done and get out of here. So
So that lends itself into a lot more scanning and CAD work for Alex in the
For Alex
engineering
Cads.
department,
Alex
in
Cads.
charge of robotics.
And the engineering department will be busy out there.
Just one person is in the whole department.
Yeah, so we're working towards that. I mean, those are big projects.
We've gotten back to working on the Euroo, which is our Lamborghini or Chevy Tahoe body swap, if this is your first time listening. But so we did some stuff last weekend, and so we're doing some stuff as well this weekend as well. And so Rob, what's been going on with that?
We're making some big visual sort of gains in the Euroo department. Like we up to this point, like if you have been watching the Euroo content, you can tell that there's no front end on it. Like we just did the body swap. Well, lately I've been hammering and dollying and finishing, like basically making all the front end stuff reusable because it was pretty mangled. Like it was in a huge accident.
It rolled over.
It rolled over. It was toasted, right? So that's why all of the Euroo stuff that we are using for this project was essentially just scrap metal, and that's why we're playing with it in such a silly way. So I've been working on getting the whole front end back onto that vehicle in preparation for
the next phase,
which
Yes.
is going to be ongoing. So if you haven't watched the project, you're going to want to watch the project. It's going and going and going.
The next
and
video is going to
be
a good
awesome.
one.
Yeah, and we do.
I don't know if it's the next one. That's up to you to decide. Maybe the next
the next
next
one.
one.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
going to be some big moves on it. So,
Oh, sweet! Because we just released
Literally
a
big
video.
moves.
yeah.
We just released a video of the seats because we got a seat sponsor. So thank you, NRG.
Yeah.
So NRG sponsored the seats, and they got us some seats. They got us the steering wheel.
Harnesses.
Yeah, all the harnesses. So
all of
6-point
that.
harnesses
Yeah.
throughout. Alex scanned and we profiled, bent up some seat mounts for it. So they're all bespoke fitted to that. Actually, and they will fit in a Chevy Tahoe. So if you have a Chevy Tahoe
And you want some-
NRG seats in it, hit us up.
We're
Yeah.
going to make you some sick seat bases.
Yeah, they're pretty
Yes.
sick. So they're all pretty cool. And we just reached out. We got sponsorship sort of pending right now for all the lighting. Is it still pending or is it happening?
Still pending. It's ish.
Thanks for past pending.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I
We're
think
getting
so
close
too.
to getting
So
on.
we're doing crazy amount of light bars in it.
Like you said, we're going to be able to see the Euroo from space.
That's
So-
right.
the
That's the intention, right?
Space.
So
Yes,
so I kind of segued into that a little bit because the seat bases kind of had we put Alex designed into it to put rock lights. So
But it's taken on a life of its own. It has a lot of presence.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
So it's hard to not give it a little bit of extra sauce.
Yeah.
well, because like every step that we take with this project, we all get more and more fired up on it.
And everybody wants us to take it places. And I,
I
don't
know,
want to take
I
it
know.
any place.
Honestly, and that's it was so weird because everybody asks about it all the time. They're like, "Hey, you should bring it here. What are you guys doing with this?" And everybody's jazzed. And so like, oh man, we got to do this a little bit nicer. Like,
Yeah.
we got to put a little bit of
Yeah, we
effort
don't want to
into
be
it.
showing up like,
Oh my gosh.
no.
Of course, I'm going to have to mute that part as usual. I've been trying to mute every time Tim talks about this guy for so long.
It's so funny. Like we were at SEMA and then we were talking trash about and he was right there.
So funny.
I turned, I was like, oh, there. I'm like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all those things that we just talked about, I'm going to beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, but you got to leave the beeping in. So
Yeah, no, I'll leave the blooping in.
That's the mystery.
Yeah. So if you know who we're talking about, wink, wink, let us know in the comments below. With that said, we are going to dive right into the topic of today, which is best daily cars or best daily sports cars under 15K.
We're talking with Alex today because Alex is currently driving a what? What are you driving, Alex?
I drive a 94 Mazda Miata, the best car in the world.
And some people in the Mazda will refer to it as what? NA?
NA Miata, yeah. NA
Yeah.
Miata, the first gen.
Yours is a little worn. Let's just say that politely.
6 feet away is
Well
fine, but-
used. We need the
The
parameters.
Yeah, parameters.
Of the
Yeah.
$15,000.
Okay. So 15 grand Canadian. It has to be rear wheel drive or all wheel drive.
Does
Do you
it?
prefer?
Nah, I prefer rear wheel drive.
But all wheel drive is a possibility as well.
Sure.
We live in Canada. Come on,
Hey,
man.
rear-wheel drive with snow
We're
tires.
talking
my
sports
gosh.
cars.
Yeah, sports
Elvis.
cars.
You can have all-wheel
If
drive
it's not a
sports cars,
front
man.
rear, then it's not a sports car.
No, but it can be a rear-wheel drive biased all-wheel drive system.
Okay,
That sucks.
We can put that in.
Come
there.
on.
All-wheel drive sucks.
I don't want
Elvis
to
just wants to get his Subaru Forester into
No.
the conversation.
He's trying to bring it back.
I'm not trying to drive no
We're not
Subaru.
gonna let him
No,
bring
don't
back
worry.
the
I'm not gonna
Subaru.
let you drive a Subaru. Maybe, maybe not. We'll
No.
see. We'll
No,
see
no
how this
Subaru.
goes.
Let it go,
No
Elvis.
Subaru.
We'll see how
no
Let it
this
go.
goes.
It was never
Yeah,
cool.
let's just add in the reliability aspect. That way we can just get rid of Subarus.
Come
Yeah.
on, man.
cut it out.
Subarus
cut
are reliable.
it out.
What are you
Yeah,
talking
okay.
about? Yes, and so those are the basic parameters. What else? Is there anything else that you would like? Two-door? Sorry, have to be two-door, four-door, seven-seater.
There's a lot of great cars that are 4-doors though.
Pretty sure
Oh, yeah.
you said
Yeah,
sports
two-door,
car.
4 doors.
Sports car can
But
be.
if we're going legitimate
Sports car is not a
sports
sedan.
car,
It's
then
not a
it's a 2-door.
It's not a. it's
that's
not-
a lie. Sports car is there's sports sedans.
That's not a
that's-
sports car.
It's not a sports car.
A sports sedan is a
We're
sports
going
car.
in like the
No.
traditional
You're getting
definition.
gray area.
What
Yeah,
the heck? No. So you're saying and
We're going to end up back on the build
Okay.
topic, and we're going to end up dictionary definition.
So by your
Sports car
definition,
is 2 doors.
no way. So you're
Yes.
saying that an M3, a four-door M3 is not a sports car?
No, it's a sports sedan.
It's a sports sedan.
car.
No, the M3 2-door is a sports car.
Oh my gosh, I could not even listen to them.
Yeah.
no,
Elvis fired up today.
Hey, we're setting the limits right
No,
here.
I think
not
Elvis
a
is trying to get his Subarus in.
Yeah.
Okay,
he's trying
okay.
to
We
find
might
some
change this conversation to
justification
what is a sports car because
Yeah.
these people do not know what a sports car is.
Sports car is
Wow.
generally like if you wanted to go back to like the insurance definition,
Yes.
like the government definition of what a sports car is like a 2-door, 2-seater performance car. It doesn't even need to be a performance car. Like an MG is considered a sports car because it really has no use other than the driving
And for
experience.
sports.
Yeah, originally before insurance companies got involved, they were all 2-seaters.
Yeah.
And then what? The 70s, it's like, oh, we'll put 2 more seats in so we can get cheaper insurance rates.
Yeah.
But those seats are not usable. You ever
Yeah.
sat in the back of a 911? Look at mine. You got 2 inches from the back of the seat to the
I
front.
guess so.
Technicalities, Elvis. Let's let this slide, okay?
Like, they didn't even care. They didn't even attach it.
Two
Technically.
seats? No, at
Two
least
doors,
put
2
4
seats.
Yeah,
seats,
2
2
doors.
We can have
doors.
4 seats. 2
Okay,
doors.
4 seats, 2 doors.
Sports car.
Oh
Yeah.
God, that eliminates
No
so much
sedans.
though.
Well, yeah,
of
that's
your
the
list, maybe.
conversation.
No,
If you just what are good cars under 15 grand, we'll be here all damn day.
Yeah.
no, good sports cars under 15 grand. I still think 4 doors is still a sports car.
That's sports sedan.
Oh my
It's
God.
a sedan.
No. We're narrowing this down.
I love sports sedans.
We're narrowing this down
and
a little bit.
I still disagree with you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, let us know what you guys think of what exactly if
It's
a
just
sports
because
car
you got
defines.
a new baby. That's the problem.
No.
Now you're trying to justify all these
is.
4-doors.
He is.
Next
Elvis
thing you
is
know-
a new dad.
Oh my
He's trying. He's
gosh.
trying to justify it so he can make this argument to his wife.
No, I'm okay. Well, we'll come to that later. But we, I'm still thinking in the terms of a sports car being 4 doors. But if you guys say 2 doors, 4
3
seats,
against 1
okay,
right now.
3 against 1.
Fine.
Yeah, you're out.
You're
Let's
out.
go with that for now.
We're going to play it democratically here and you've
Oh
been voted
my
out.
gosh.
You're done.
Wow. Okay,
You're off
cool.
the island.
Mute Elvis.
Okay.
So
But,
this whole topic basically began because Alex is shopping for a new car.
Yes.
And we all have sort of our opinions on what he should be driving, and we all kind of like try to like steer him in a direction. And Alex, he's looking to replace his NA Mazda.
Yes.
So what are you looking at? What are you looking at? What are your potentials?
Potentials. I was looking at 1 Series BMWs, 350Z, things like that. It's gotta be like a daily driver too.
Yeah.
Something that you could actually drive around every day, not have to worry about it not starting in the morning.
Yeah, I think that's solid. I mean, you have only the one car at this point in
Yeah.
your life, right? So, I mean, this is pretty reasonable. Those are pretty good choices, I would say.
But why don't you stick with the Miata? Because as we know, a Miata is the answer to everything. Come on, you already have a Miata.
He has physical
That's true.
Yeah.
limitations.
Length.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 6'1".
And his head sticks out the roof.
So Alex is right now with your little Mazda Miata. You're finding a struggle to mount some Recaros in it.
Yeah, so I got a pair of Recaro pole positions, but I'm trying to scan the tub.
He's trying to use his big engineering brain to get these seats to fit in the car.
The math is not math.
The math is not mathing.
Dimensionally, there seems to be some issues.
Yeah, struggles, man.
Yeah, man, struggles. So,
But that's not the only
Mazda
problem.
Miata might not be the right choice for you, even though it is a great sports car.
So what other problems are you having? Because I'm sure that's not the only problem.
Right. I want something modern as well. You know, 90 being 94, there's no creature comforts, no heated seats. You know, it's just not a great car to drive every
No
day.
Bluetooth, nothing.
I have Bluetooth.
Do you have Bluetooth?
Yeah,
in
of course.
Oh shoot!
there? Oh, you have an aftermarket stereo. Then.
Yeah, aftermarket
Yeah.
stereo. Yeah.
I mean, there's options. We can play around with that.
Yeah.
So
So-
under 15,000 Canadian dollars, it doesn't really leave a lot of room for a broad spectrum. You know, there's lots of room. But
Yeah,
like you're not
we gotta
buying,
bring like reliability.
I'm trying to push Alex to save his money beyond 15 and buy a Porsche.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, buddy.
You could do down payment for 15.
See, now that's a smart play in my book.
Nah. You don't want to be smart. Nah. Smart is too easy. Smart is like, ah.
That's true, but for 15, you can't really get a nice car. You know, like
Actually, now that you're talking,
We've all seen the meme where it's like, I want problems always.
I don't want peace. I want problems always.
That guy, that's actually Elvis.
Yeah.
I don't know if
that
everybody
is
knows this, but he's the actual guy that made that meme. I never saw the similarities at the
No,
beginning.
man.
Like I didn't recognize him, but he's literally that guy.
Put that out there in the universe.
And
I
he,
want problems always. No.
and he literally lives by that motto.
Yeah, he does.
So
He does.
No, you want to have something like the way I look at it, it's 15 grand. You want to have something fun. I mean, it should be reliable up to a certain point, but
He's using air quotes. If you're
for
listening,
15 grand, our man Elvis would not buy one car. He would buy 15 cars.
exactly at
That don't
$1,000 each.
And none of them run.
I would honestly do precisely that. Instead of buying one $15,000 car, I would buy like 5 or 6.
yeah,
Shit boxes. Yeah, I'll fix that.
yeah,
I appreciate your enthusiasm. But
yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if you know this, but there's probably a certain personality type that would become a mechanical engineer in the first place. So this young man doesn't share any of your problems. None.
I need functionality. Elvis.
Yeah.
Okay, for functionality, the first car that came to mind was a 335i, a BMW 335i, like E90 generation.
Like N54
or
twin turbo.
E92, I guess. E92 335i. Yeah. So N54, twin turbo, inline 6. You can literally use the same stock. I mean, it does have like direct injection, and so it has some reliability issues. Like I know what's it called, like the carbon buildup and some other things. But I don't know what else. What else does that thing have with non-reliability? I think that's.
I'm not
I think
super
the maintenance
familiar.
is, you need to do your maintenance on those cars.
Yeah.
We've had this conversation many, many times about BMWs, and they're very passionate people. But I
Yes.
think you need to change the oil.
Yeah, I mean that's a given.
So I think
You
a
need to
lot of
check
the,
oil,
I
too.
think 100%. That's the biggest part of that whole equation is like
Yes.
you have to be diligent in your maintenance if you're going to have those cars.
And I think that if you're going to be buying like a sort of an aged, sort of used BMW, it helps to be sort of somewhat mechanically inclined. Like if you are able to change out little sensors and do your own oil changes, whatever, like do the little maintenance things that sort of tend to rear themselves up during normal daily use. If you can do that, you can get into a car like that for a really, really low price point and save yourself a ton of money. But if you're not inclined, mechanically, then you're taking it to a dealership. You're going to be paying crazy amounts of money to have something like that. So get some skills, learn how to work on your own stuff. And then a BMW is a great option.
Right now I have an
Start talking BMWs and immediately I just like,
Well, because like
Oh my gosh.
in our shop, like myself and Elvis, we love BMWs.
Yeah.
Tim's a Mercedes guy.
I'm a Mercedes guy.
Yeah, and so there's always this dynamic, like always
know.
like the BMW is the ultimate driving machine. We say that all the time.
Yeah.
And every time,
Tim just deflects that.
Oh my god. BMWs are amazing cars, and I mean, I was never really a BMW fan or didn't really know much about them until I reviewed a few. But I now own an E90. I got it for $3,000-ish. It's an N52, so it's naturally aspirated, 6-cylinder. It's all-wheel drive, so it's pretty much a almost perfect daily driver because you can drive it all year round. It's 4 doors.
And it's a 4-door, so it's not a sports car.
Oh my god! I would really say it's a sports car. I would say that one is.
That's a car.
That's a family.
you're gonna get
mobile.
lit up.
No,
after
I think
this.
the sports car
A
thing. It's not
dadmobile.
just 4 doors because it's 4 doors, but also power. It has to have some power, at least 400
Especially if you have all-wheel
horsepower.
drive. Otherwise, it's boring as shit.
In BMW's defense, actually, because just down the street from here, there's a exotic car storage place. And was it last night? Were we outside? Maybe it was me and Chuck. And I heard something that sounded savage. And I was like, cool. And we get 720Ss going by, all this kind of stuff. You know what it was?
What?
An M1.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah. And it
Like
was
that's a
ripping.
unicorn car.
Yeah.
What?
It's crazy.
Those things have the craziest engine sound.
Yeah. And I was like, what is this thing?
Really?
Oh my
And I was
god!
like,
Yeah.
holy shit.
I've never seen one in real life before. So
That's
that
an
is a
inline
sick
6 twin
car.
turbo, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was crazy.
that's a cool car.
Oh, the sound of that car. Oh wow.
But it's still not a good car. But anyways, moving on. It didn't really accomplish anything significant in its
gosh.
life.
Wow. I know it never went racing. It was
Yeah.
supposed to go, but then
I think it's like the peak of
the series
its
got
popularity
canceled or
is
something.
like they were a series of art cars,
yeah.
which were pretty cool. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I have one somewhere around.
Looks glorious. But yeah, so that's my first option, 335. But you guys should go ahead.
Tim, what do you think? What do you think under $15,000 or in that neighborhood?
I would
Sports car,
say something with the most. I would say C5 Corvette.
You can't,
Has the most
you can't
potential.
argue that. I mean that's
If
a
you want
pretty
to build
standard
something
go-to.
that rips and is relatively inexpensive to own, I would say a C5 Corvette.
yeah.
True. Yeah, it has what?
And
LS
it looks like a legitimate, proper sports car. It's not the best
Until you
sports
put
car.
your hands on it and then it's shit.
Yeah, it's pretty shit.
Aesthetically,
I
it's
know.
not that pleasing.
But
The interior
mechanically,
is
you
shit.
can work on it.
It's
You
an
can-
LS. It's an
It's an
LS1.
so you can get tons of performance stuff for it fairly inexpensively.
Relatively reliable.
Relatively well, it's an LS, so it's going to be reliable. But it's like anything, you got to take care of it. But I would say that would be my go-to.
Yeah. Can you get him in stick for 15, under 15?
Yeah, they're
I'm
around.
sure you can. As long as
It
you're not
might be
trying to
little
get like
rough.
a
You're not
you
going to
know.
get a perfect example of it, but I mean, if you're at that level, you're not getting a perfect example of
True.
anything.
No.
No. I think you can pretty much rule out that you're not going for mint for $15,000.
No.
But I mean, that's performance wide. Like if you want to build performance, and that's probably your best platform.
That is such a good jumping off point because it is so, you can expand on it so much.
You could get 1,000 horsepower of it.
Yeah.
You can't do that with a 370Z, which is also a cool car. But to get 1,000 horsepower out of a 370Z, we don't even have to say 1,000. Let's just say 650, which is going to be like a terrifying car.
Yeah.
You can do relatively easy in a C5.
Yeah.
You can also do relatively easy in a BMW as well. 335i. You just do little upgrades here and there.
For 15 minutes.
No, the motors are very reliable.
Yeah.
Like that.
I would agree with you,
Come
Elvis. It's
on.
pretty
Like they are
solid.
so
No,
reliable.
you can do it. You can do it.
Once you take care of the basic stuff of what an N54 needs, which at 15 grand, you're probably going to want to do that.
Yeah. By the time you put an LS in it. And
You're not going to. Oh my gosh. No, keep the N54.
Which is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Because BMW chassis lends itself well to an LS swap.
Yes, it does. There's enough space. And, but yeah, okay, C5 Corvette. And so far.
And I'm not a Corvette guy, but I just think that's a great place to put some power into something.
So what's your choice for?
Well, there's a couple of different ones that I would choose. The Nissan 370Z is
Oh.
a really, really good car.
Can you get a 370 for 15? I don't think
Like
so.
a rebuilt one, yeah.
Yeah, you can get a rough. There's some rough ones.
So I mean, okay. So with that
Even
being
a
said,
350
if you
is good.
choose a 350,
Yeah,
which
350.
you can most definitely get, it's still a great car.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it sounds like shit.
When you modify it, yeah, with the exhaust.
If you do a fucking, muffler delete or
eBay
some
exhaust,
stupid
yeah.
stuff like that, it sounds horrible.
Sounds like a trumpet.
But they are a great platform, very inexpensive, and you can do almost anything with it.
Yeah.
Drift, grip racing,
Autocross,
just a straight
anything.
up daily driving sports car that you can just commute in. It's great for that too. I think that's a really good option.
Yeah, that's
I like more classic stuff, so I would even go as far as saying go and get yourself like a 240Z.
For $15,000?
no, that's impossible, man.
No,
Like,
you can get
you can
them.
get a Rust
They're-
box
they're
for 15 grand.
No, you can get them.
One that Elvis has, maybe.
Wow, my car is actually
going to
not
be a
rusty
little
at
bit
all.
of a work in progress
Until he fixes
But
it.
you can definitely
No, my car's a
drive it.
California car. It's not
It just
rusty.
depends on what you want.
Yeah,
right? What's your intention? Like we always talk about, like what's your intention?
yeah. So
You could daily drive it as long as
sure.
you're not asking too much out of it.
On
I
the-
wouldn't say that that's the best choice though. Don't get me wrong. It's not
on
the
your
best
point,
choice.
I would say that's a great choice. I
Yeah.
used to have a 370Z, and so the engine is more power than you would need. I mean,
Yeah,
like
for a
anything,
street car, right?
Like anything, you do get used to the power. Like it's 320 horsepower. What if you're getting the Nismo, which is impossible to get at 15, but those are like 350. But just little things you do, intake, exhaust, and you can make on a tune. You can make 350 or more easily.
Yeah. Just as
but-
a good driving
yeah,
car.
they're good cars. Like Maz, like you said, like
Reliable.
the community out there is so much for it. Like there's a huge community of drifters, all of that, people that actively work on them all the time, and so parts are relatively affordable. You can get really good, awesome parts for it.
Yeah.
You can
So-
go in any direction you want with it.
Yeah.
The platform is heavily supported.
Yeah,
True.
So all of these options so far, the BMW, the Corvette, and the Nissan, all of them have great aftermarket support, which is kind of crucial,
yeah,
especially if it's your only car.
yeah.
So that's a really, really good point to make.
Yeah, and
each and every one of those cars is actually really, really good at taking you in any sort of direction that you might want to go. If you're talking sports car, you're thinking, okay, well, what's your sport? Drifting, grip, drag racing, whatever you want. Like each and every one of them be okay at that as a base, and you just modify to whatever you're going for.
What about 86s and BRZs? Where are they at?
Oh, like the
Oh
first
shoot!
gen?
Oh,
That's
yo,
actually a really
that's
good point,
a good
too.
idea.
But those things have like torque dip and the engine curve.
Psh,
So it's very gutless over like
Well, it wouldn't
5,000
suit you
fine.
anyways
Logical.
because
Torque
it's
dip.
basically a
a
hardtop
bigger
Miata.
Yeah, but torque dip, that's normal. It doesn't have that much power. It's a Subaru
Yeah.
Boxer engine
True.
with not 100 and
But that's
what?
probably the newest sports car that you could probably get under
I think
15
so.
grand.
Yeah, like
I think
it's
that's a really
fine.
good
Like
car
you're going to be
too.
into 2015 or something, I think.
So that's a 4-seater Miata almost, honestly.
You could get a third gen Miata for 15.
Yeah. So coming back to the Miata, because
No.
everybody knows that it's like
Facial
No,
expressions here
Alex.
was not it.
I've never owned one.
Yeah, but like the thing about Miata guys is like they get stuck in a Miata for the rest of their life. They just end up getting the
Then
newer
you're a
and the
Miata
newer.
guy.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
talked about getting married to certain brands.
Yeah.
and it's a thing.
I gotta get out of the Miata, man.
Yeah. Or it takes hold of you.
Dimensionally speaking, it's not for you.
That's true. But also power wise, I get passed by minivans. Like I can't do that anymore.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But
So
like,
it's coming down to ego and manhood.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. Come on, man.
you want a little fun?
Yeah, all the girls.
Hell, let's swap it.
Everyone's telling my cars all cute and everything.
That's the last thing any man wants to hear is that their car is
So
You
cute.
put the
cute.
eyelashes above the headlights.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, a Mazda Miata is a good car though. It is a good platform to begin with.
Yeah, but I've never been a really big Miata fan. They're cool cars, but like
I
The
wouldn't
amount
say
of
they're
power.
cool. They're very capable.
the amount
Yeah.
of power, like I think the power is what. I mean, it's both a good thing, but it's not a good thing. Like you said, like that's the part that I'm like, oh,
I think in the law of averages, the Miata falls in the middle.
But the Miata, like you could push
Like,
it
it's
on
not
the
really
street.
super
Like,
awesome at anything.
You can have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah,
as long
for
as your
sure.
expectations are reasonable.
Yeah. So yeah, I've not owned a Miata. I've driven a few, but I would say if I was to ever get a Miata, it would probably be honestly NA, because that's for me one of the best looking ones in general.
yeah, that's what.
Have you ever scared yourself? with
Really?
yours?
I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that.
A little bit.
Yeah.
The ND is fine. Like it looks nice now because it's new, but the NA or ND, those like first or A or D. So yeah.
Wow.
Which one is your favorite looking generation?
None of
I
them.
think it was like the
None of them.
Yeah. I'm not super.
It looks
familiar,
like a
but it's
jelly bean.
Not the brand new. The brand new one's actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's a pretty nice visual departure.
Have you seen the RF?
evolution.
The Miata RF, ND RF.
What?
It's the coupe version of a Miata.
Yes.
The new.
I like that.
That's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
It kind of falls into that like A86 sort of
Yeah.
vibe.
It's very
Like
small.
size and vibe.
Yeah, it's cool. I like that one.
What about Alex? Taking that Miata.
Oh no.
no. That's a reliability of it.
I'm not done. I'm not done. Hold on.
No
Taking
body
that
swap,
Miata. No. Putting an LS in it.
Do you know how much work it takes to put an LS in a Miata?
You just chop things.
He could do it in a weekend.
His Elvis's jack still doesn't run.
Boom. Okay, you're just taking shots at me now.
Also, I need a car between the time too. You know, I get to
Yeah.
work, so it doesn't make sense for me to modify that Miata.
I guess so. Yeah, you have to have something to be driving all the time.
Yes.
It becomes a thing where you're starting to chase out all the other weak links in the Miata platform. If you do a power upgrade like that, and now all of a sudden you're doing a Ford 8.8 rear end swap and everything
True.
needs to be done.
Yeah. So, what do you think of our three choices so far, though?
You know, I'm really leaning towards the 350Z. I think because you can get a clean example for under 15 grand. And for what I do, like I want to be able to design parts for the cars that I own, and I think 350 has a good market for people to buy parts that I design and stuff like that.
Oh, you're thinking about this as a business opportunity too.
Of course.
Wow.
Well, just like an exercise in personal
Yeah, I told
development,
you,
right?
you're
Like it's a
smarter.
thing.
I know.
and so we talk because we all have our own personal projects in the shop, and we all sort of like to explore our creative sort of development in that way. And having a decent car as a platform allows you to sort of explore that creative outlet. So
Yeah, I really want to get into like drifting a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, I think 350
That's
is a good platform.
surprisingly
for
enough, that's kind of your thing. I didn't realize that was within you, but I saw some videos of you drifting that little NA.
The Miata. I was like, wow, it actually.
I was like,
it was
what?
able to
That's
do
Alex?
it.
No way.
that. But in the Miata, the most you can do is donuts because it doesn't have enough power to transition out, and with an open diff, it's impossible.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the lacking point in that right there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
but that's pretty cool. I think a 350Z
Closet
is a
Wild
good
Man
car.
over here.
It's a good car.
Closet Wild Man over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't you get your hands on like a slingshot or something? What was that thing?
Yeah, it was a
Oh,
slingshot.
yeah.
Yeah, when we were in
Slingshot.
Vegas for
Polaris
the
slingshot.
SEMA show with Spencer, we were just ripping that slingshot, just clutch kicking everywhere. It was crazy.
So you wouldn't want to
That poor
slingshot.
Turo guy he just got beat that weekend.
Oh man.
So you wouldn't want to get a slingshot?
And in Vancouver, man,
Yeah,
Like
three wheels,
4
man.
degrees outside right now.
it's frost
You
every
get
morning.
tops for those.
Yeah.
Have you seen those tops you can get for it, like hard
I
tops?
don't
and
pay
stuff?
any attention to slingshot.
No,
The slingshot is
they get no love.
No.
No.
Okay, what else? Like I'm trying to think of any other car because we just talked about three. I feel like there's one or two that I'm like, wait, I actually got a list. Hold on.
Yeah, I have a list too, but
Let's
like
see.
Let's see.
Oh, good.
I
Look
got
at
like
you guys.
RSX Type S, like front wheel drive.
RX,
Okay,
oh,
okay,
yo,
okay.
that is a cool car. I've driven an RXS Type S, and it feels so much more powerful than a Miata. And I mean, the only thing is, it's
Now you're just taking shots back?
so much more powerful than a Miata. You have the what's it called, VTEC, yo. It's like it sounds amazing.
You can't compare power to a Miata though.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can. I just
Everything,
did.
a shopping cart has more power than
Yeah.
Miata.
Very true. And so, but yeah, and you have 4 seats, so that's also a good car. I think an RXX Type S. I didn't know you can get them for 15. That's awesome.
That's a lot for a Honda though.
Acura.
The elitism here is crazy.
I don't know you were a Honda boy like that.
Now, I'm not a Honda boy, but I appreciate the power of or what the RXS RSX Type S is, and yeah, just how much power it has. It handles great. It's
But it's front wheel drive, you know, like
better in the snow than rear wheel drive. I think a sports car that you want to have daily, you want to have like you want to drive all year round, should be all wheel drive. It's not going to be as drifty, for example,
Boring.
as
Boring.
oh my gosh. What about
boring.
snow though?
Dude, the most fun I have all year is driving the shop van in the snow.
Yeah, actually.
Like I will drift that thing everywhere.
yeah.
Oh
no,
my gosh.
no. You're thinking too practical.
Way too
Yeah,
much.
you're not actually putting the fun factor into your formula.
No.
You've completely eliminated fun out of your decision. there.
Whoa. Speaking of, no, you can get an Infiniti G37X. It is all-wheel drive, or a G35X, all-wheel drive. It's two. You can get it in two-door. You can get it in manual, and you can turn off the all-wheel drive and make it primarily rear-wheel drive.
That's the best of both worlds.
So I think that might be the way to go, honestly. Because
But those are big cars, though.
yeah, but you have all-wheel drive that you can turn off to make it rear-wheel drive. I mean, you have to pull a fuse, but you can easily
This
engineer
might be the
a
first
switch.
time I agree with Elvis on that.
Dang.
Yeah, because I was like, oh shoot, I saw like you can make it rear-wheel drive, which is not from the factory, but once you turn it, you have to disconnect the fuse, but you can wire
get
in
some
a switch.
kind of module so that
Yeah.
you can toggle it on and off.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have
Yo.
to. You don't have to jank it with a fuse pull.
Don't.
You don't have to do that.
No, I-
Everybody listening, there's proper ways of doing it. Elvis is trying
No.
to navigate his way through the proper way of
No,
doing
it's always
things
like
in
the
the
cheap
car
way
world.
to do it.
A
but,
cheap way.
but when you do that, you have 300 and something horsepower, rear-wheel drive. You can get it with, you have all the luxury, leather everywhere, even if it's bigger, probably a little bit heavier than the 350Z. It has all the luxuries, heated seats, all of the things. It has you can get it with a nice screen and all of that, and it's nice. So, yeah.
But I think for me, like a 350 is more of a sports car, in my opinion.
It is.
Because G37 is
Yeah.
more like a touring car, right?
It is. Yeah.
True, but they also drift G37s too and G35s.
You could drift anything if you tried, but a 350Z?
True. You should see Tim in the shop van. Buddy,
Oh my gosh.
light you up.
I used to
Fucking
drift
awesome.
my dually, man.
Oh, dude.
We'd terrify people. Because if you're out there in the snow and you're already scared, and then you'd see me and Rob
7,000
come
pounds.
sideways down the street,
Yeah.
In a dually?
you'd see their eyes light up like, oh shit.
Oh, that's it. It's over. Just check the list.
So fun.
No.
Let's see if I have anything else that I wrote down. Where's my
Yeah, I like the fact that you guys got lists. This is really good.
it's not really much, but yeah, we've talked about 350Z, G35. I mean, IS300 is not a bad
An
car.
IS 300 is a pretty dope car.
Yeah.
But
And so it's
Got
yeah.
too much doors, but
yeah, that's true. But
I
a
know,
manual
it is four-door.
IS300, it's hard to find under 15.
Yeah.
Oh, it has to be manual?
It has to be manual.
Buddy, sports car.
has to
Come
be
on,
manual.
man.
Okay.
I ain't no paddle shift and nothing.
Wow.
What about
This is coming from the Golden Drive too.
Whoa,
know, right?
whoa. What about a Caprice PPV?
What?
A
What?
Chevy Caprice.
What is that?
A
police
Caprice,
pursuit vehicle?
Get the heck
Whoa,
out of
whoa,
here.
whoa, whoa. Hold
That's
on.
a four-door, first of all.
It's a
No,
four-door, but
No.
it's LS. You have a 6-liter LS, and it is glorious. It has cop shocks, LSD. Come on.
No, it's
you can
broken
manual
down.
swap it with like
you
a
wanna show up
T56.
anywhere in that car? This guy is trying to find a wife. You have
I
one.
can see Alex's
No,
eyes
yours is
glazing
way
over right now.
Yours is modified already.
Yeah,
Like, I'm talking
they're awesome cars.
A stock
but you're-
Caprice.
no, he's a young guy, man.
So
Yeah, man.
LS, man, they'll think you're a cop everywhere you go.
No, I don't
you
need
got
that.
people
Worse.
moving
Is
out of
that-
the roads.
Yeah.
Dude, people that drive cop cars, that buy ex-cop cars and get into cop cars are an entirely different breed of people. The only reason I ever brought a cop car is because of some of the inherent performance upgrades, but ultimately I wanted an Impala SS. So I built my own Impala SS. Cop cars suck.
Cop cars are sick.
Every dick that pulls up behind you in a cop car and thinks it's funny because you got to stab the brake. Oh shit! So I want to get out and punch them
Probably
in the
Elvis
face.
driving back then.
No. But cop cars are still sick just because of all the stuff that they have, and you can get them for so cheap. Like
Literally, you're literally
6
talking
liter.
about the opposite of a sports car.
it's a
They are traditionally like it's sports car's nemesis is the cop car.
I'm
What
trying
are
to
you
look
doing?
cool out there, man.
You look sick.
You don't look sick.
Oh my god.
You look stupid.
No, man.
Yeah, man.
I love the PPV. It's
Oh,
sick.
you're nuts.
That's
That
a
is
different
crazy.
podcast. That's a
yes,
different
that's
podcast
crazy.
topic, and we'll have
No,
to talk
I
about
think-
that.
Man,
That's
I was trying to support you, and then right away
Yo,
you lost me. Like,
That's funny.
Okay. What else? What else? Do you guys have any?
so Alex, what else do you have on your list? Because you
let's
came
hear it.
somewhat prepared.
Two-door
as you,
GTI?
as you might think.
Two-door
GTI?
GTI.
A two-door GTI. I don't know much about those cars, but people talk good things about them, don't
what
they?
level of GTI? Not like R32 stuff.
No. I think it's like I don't know
What
what
generation?
I don't know which Mark 6, Mark 7, I don't know. I don't know what you can get for
know.
15. I don't know.
I used to drive a
Volkswagen.
GTI when I was young, and I know you can beat the shit out of them,
yeah.
Yeah.
and they last forever.
Yeah. Two-door
I wouldn't
GTI.
necessarily consider it a sports car though, but it is a fun car to drive.
I would say it's a sports car.
I think the only problem with the R32 one is they put too many doors on it,
Were they all
but
four
they
doors?
rip. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
They're pretty fantastic
Yeah,
though.
they
Those
rock.
R32s.
Yeah.
All-wheel drive. They're turbo and everything,
Yeah.
right? So they're
Do they have
but I think it's
VR6s?
more than 15 grand.
Yeah, VR.
yeah.
Oh, I want it automatically. I love the VR6.
The VR6 sounds so good.
Yeah.
Straight pipe.
So what else we got?
I got one series like 128i or 135.
Those are good
I think
cars.
that's a good
One
choice.
series is really
Yeah,
good.
we didn't touch it. We touched on it briefly at the very beginning.
Right.
And we kind of deviated beyond. But the the 1 Series,
N52
that's a
or
really,
N54.
really good car. Everybody talks about how awesome they are on the
They're a
track.
little bit
too.
ugly, but they're pretty. You
Yeah.
can make them awesome.
But the M spec version of it
Yeah.
looks.
I like how they
kick-ass.
look though. Like they just look sweet. Like very small. They almost look like a
Yeah, but that
E36 size.
thing is weird.
What thing?
The trunk part of it.
Oh,
The styling
What's
is a
wrong
little
with
weird.
the trunk?
Well, it's
I don't
just.
know, but-
I don't know. I think it's fine.
It's like they cut the back of the car off
just a little shorter.
and then put a trunk instead of a hatch.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yeah,
But like
yeah.
at the 130, the 1 series, that's not the 1M. The rear quarters are too narrow, so it looks really weird, you know. But I heard you can put a lot of like M3 components, like an E90.
Yeah, like the control arms. Yeah, all of that.
Oh,
stuff.
really?
Yeah.
Those are the only benefit of having a 1 series.
Yeah, everything from the M3 most things from the M3
Yeah.
bolts on. So,
See, now you're talking some serious potential then.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
but that's the question about buying a 1 series, putting that much money into it. Might as well just save up and buy a Cayman.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But
Save
still.
your money. $15,000 is not enough.
Down
Save
payment?
your money. Buy a Porsche.
No, man. Like, yeah,
I
you
think
can.
if you're getting into it and you want to be hands-on, that's probably a good car to start with.
Which one? 128?
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 Series.
Yeah.
128
'cause
or
it's fun.
135?
Any of them?
Either of them.
Well, a 135 is going to be like
better,
the
'cause
pinnacle of what that is. 128 though, isn't there's a 2.8 liter. It's a good engine, yeah.
Yeah, inline 6.
It's not 2.8, is it?
Isn't it?
I don't know what displacement.
No, it's just regular
I don't even
N52.
know.
Same engine as
Dude,
mine. Yeah.
I don't know.
N52.
You guys will have to
I think
comment.
it's 3. I don't know.
I don't know.
So I think
1 Series BMW. Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
anything else?
1 series has like a nice interior,
Yeah.
all the creature comforts.
Yeah.
It's like a modern car, right?
Yeah. I think that's a pretty solid option.
Yeah. What
I
else?
would
choice
buy
for
like
you.
a 944 and do a bunch of work to it.
Porsche 944. Yeah.
But that
And,
comes to
and we've gone down that rabbit hole a little bit. That's a cool option, man.
the reliability of a 944, though. I don't know.
It's probably not
80s.
bad if you got the OG one, but you'd have to get a good one.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a maintenance one.
Then
Yeah,
whip out the
well,
motor
But
and
it's
LS
basically
swap
just a
it.
Volkswagen.
Oh, it is?
944.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
part of the
Volkswagen.
formula in deciding like what's the right one to do is like what's your intention? Like how much curb appeal do you want when you're looking at it? Does it fire you up
Oh, this
inside?
is sick.
Yo, man, because that's what you want, right?
Yeah, I want to like look back at it every time I
Yeah,
park.
when
you
you
know?
walk away from your car, if you turn and look at your shit, if you do that, then you know that's the right car for you.
Yeah.
I have that with my
yes.
Miata right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but you're probably just wondering, like, you know,
Yep. Still a Miata.
shit, it's still there. Someone hasn't stolen it yet.
This is the life I'm living.
Yo, man, I gotta make better choices in life, bro.
Oh, my.
Well, truth be told, your car's pretty rough. It's pretty rough.
It is.
I mean, that's what kind of leads us down this sort of path. You're looking to upgrade,
for sure.
so, man, So many good choices. There's so many good choices.
Yeah.
Probably so many we never touched on.
I know.
Yeah.
So
you used
so
to be able
many.
to get like not even that long ago, maybe 3 years ago, you could get like a 996 for that money.
I know.
Yeah.
That's literally what I was just talking about. Like you could have gotten so much for 15 grand. Like you can't get a 997. Well, yeah, 996 probably convertible because those were like a
Coupes
cheaper
are-
ones.
They're readily
rare.
available.
Like, coupes were pretty rare. Not a lot of people bought them.
So yeah, but now 996s are
luck.
like what, like 30s?
Yeah, low 30s.
Blows my mind.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? So yes.
But it could come back around.
Yeah.
Shit's wild out there right now, and stuff's dropping pretty fast.
It's true.
So there's going to be some opportunity, I think.
But speaking of Porsches, you could buy a first gen Boxster for 15.
Okay, that's not
Yeah,
a
that's.
Porsche.
Can you turn off this guy's mic? He's talking nonsense.
Yeah, Robin Tim hate the
Oh,
Boxster.
the Boxster's just a pile of shit.
What about
Heard
the
it here
Boxster
first.
don't you like?
Huh?
What about the Boxster don't you guys like?
The engine size sucks. The aesthetics of it
Is it a
sucks.
6 or 4 cylinder? Okay.
Flat
Four,
6? Yeah.
Flat 6. One of the first, actually, I think it was the first car when we became TrickFactory that we ever did as a functioning licensed business was a Boxster.
Oh,
That's true.
Oh, that's cool.
What did you guys do to it?
I almost forgot, but because I have a little PTSD, thinking about that particular project.
Oh.
But we did some pretty cool things to that thing. We didn't modify any of the body
It
panels.
was just a
but we
lot
did
of
bunch stuff.
refinishing and stuff.
Yeah.
Wheels, a few other little things, but
But yeah, we had
Not a great customer
our
experience.
client at the time was a bit of a douche.
it was a good learning experience.
Yeah.
You had the worst first time.
But yeah, our
Yeah.
first
You
customer
learned a
was
lot from
our
that.
worst customer, so we learned a lot of things.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
honestly though.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a good car to drive as a daily, I suppose.
It's
But-
kind of like I don't know, like a bougie Miata.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, but
Like,
thinking of bougie Miatas, I saw an SLK 55.
See, that's a savage car.
Yo, for
That car's a
15?
monster.
Yeah,
How
for
much?
15.
Dude, you should buy that
15?
car immediately.
automatically SLK 55.
Yo, it has a V8, the M113K.
Yeah.
Oh,
Buy that car. Go buy that car right now.
instantly. We all
Put
agree.
the headset down
Yes.
and get out of here. Go
That
get
is
it.
a
I don't know what
sick
you're
car.
waiting for.
But it's not manual transmission, you know?
Who cares?
Yeah, but
it's
that's
fine.
something you can play with later.
Yeah.
That's a crazy. I would love to get one of those
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I
Souped up
think it would
Miata.
be terrifying.
The fun part of that formula would be so high. Oh,
And you got
it'd
the
be
big
so good.
brakes. You got all the things.
Nice noises.
They look cool.
Yeah,
The motor is bulletproof.
yeah.
They're pretty small though. I wonder how you fit in that.
The transmission is the only letdown. Like it's slow to
Recoro's in there?
shift. I think it's a 5-speed manual, like automatic transmission. Slow to shift. It doesn't know when to shift gear
Yeah,
and
but
all
one
of
of his
that. But
projects is making an adapter for a T56
to
to a Mercedes motor.
shoot, okay. So you could do that. Yeah, you're already
could do
doing
that.
it anyway. So just apply it to that. It'll
That's
give you more
true.
motivation.
If we put a manual in it, it'd probably double the price.
That
of
would
car.
be, yeah. I would. I'm so interested. I'm like, oh,
I would probably be a buyer.
We'd have a fleet of them outside
Yeah,
shop.
let's
Yeah.
do it.
that would be sick.
SLK 55.
That's the one, man.
dude.
I can't even believe you didn't tell me.
I
that.
agree. I know you should have brought that up first time. Come on,
should
we've
have
been
came in more
just
prepared.
wasting time
That's
for the
all
past
right.
hour.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So
We could have
apologies
ended this
for wasting
podcast
your
like
time.
an hour ago. Like SLK 55. I would have like mic
Okay,
dropped
that's
and
it.
they're like,
We're
okay,
done.
we're out.
2 minutes in.
But it's hard to find those for 15, like around that
Well, of
price.
course they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Because
But-
they're either super clean ones or ones that are a little bit.
I think
Like,
that
a bit
I think that's
sketchy.
one of those kind of cars where you almost have to be a little bit more mechanically inclined as well. Because for that price point, you're probably getting one that's probably a little bit used. You're
little
gonna
bit
have
tired.
you're gonna have to be willing to do a little bit of work to sort of earn your way into owning that car.
But I think the M113 can take a little more neglect than a lot of these BMW platforms.
Yeah, that's
I would-
true.
I would
agree
have
as
to
well.
agree.
I agree. Yeah.
Like the M113 is an amazing motor platform. That the SLK 55 is non-compressor, right?
No, is it?
No.
there is a compressor version, but I think it's super rare.
I think it's
looked this up
probably
once before.
NA.
I believe it's the NA.
Probably like this. It's
55,
probably like the
really?
CLK 55. It's probably the
okay.
NA version, but that's
look it
okay. Hey,
Still
Alex,
Yes.
we have a stock
Spare supercharger.
A supercharger.
M113 compressor coming off of a project motor. You could put that on your SLK.
I need a daily driver out here.
It'll be a daily driver when you're done.
You could daily drive rip that thing from light to light.
5.4
Has anyone found
liter.
anything?
Makes 355 horsepower.
So if you're listening or watching, comment, try to convince or maybe talk them away from it, depending on your perspective.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Oh gosh.
Oh.
The SLK 55 uses a 5.5 liter V8, and even though it's the most efficient V8 in the world, it still has 416 horsepower.
416.
416 with
That's a lot.
That
NA?
kind of efficiency.
NA or supercharged?
That's NA, I believe. Yeah,
Oh.
and at 416 would be NA. The supercharged one
Yo,
is
was
500.
five something. Yeah. Oh, yo, that's a good car.
Then we take that spare supercharger that we have,
Flop it on yours.
drop it on
Yeah.
yours, and now it's the M113K.
Damn, dude.
Sick.
Imagine clutch kicking that sumbitch.
Ripping it.
T56 behind it.
Oh man.
Monster.
Sick.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I think that's a win right there.
Yeah, and if you have any suggestions as to what we probably missed a lot. There's a lot of cars at that price.
Yeah, we're just barely scratching the surface of potential. You guys will have to comment, give us some more suggestions because Alex is in need. He's searching.
Looking
So-
for sure, yeah.
Yeah, sometime next year.
Plus,
he
we
said-
all kind of want more cars too. So give
I
us
know
some
we all have
We have
terrible
a
ideas.
sickness.
So if you have any cars there or you want to sell your car
Yeah,
to
hit
us,
us up.
Yep.
yeah, media@trickfactory.com because we all have a sickness
Yeah.
of buying cars. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Give this video or podcast a thumbs up, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Thanks for having me.